Master Grade Sinanju. Hey, what's up again, everybody? It's Robert184, 2Rs, 2Bs, gundam.tk, and you've already seen the unbox for the Master Grade Sinanju. This is the OVA non-version KA version, but now it's time to take a look at the actual plastic plates that are going to go up and make this absolute beast an awesome mobile suit. To the plates now here, which are all going to be polystyrene, and you can see from the A-plate that this is going to be very, very different from the Sinanju Stein. First of all, it's all going to be labeled as Sinanju there, Master Grade 1/100th, and when you go take a look at the details here, basically there's going to be raised parts almost everywhere, and those raised parts, ideally you should be painting very properly to get a fantastic gold sheen to them, but you are going to have the two different seal options. It's going to be interesting to see how well they take to these large surface areas like we see on the shield here, and by that large I mean it's just the number of seals you're going to be putting on to cover it. Another nice touch to go along with the gold is going to be all these nice yellow details here that you're going to be getting with some very small pieces. It's already got a great primary color, and it's going to be nice to have this one in there as well, as you can see the attention that it went into crafting these pieces. 2008 written on the plates, and it's always great to see these clear parts here for the psycho frame and the cockpit, and not to mention the scopes. When you take the plates out of the box, you're going to be struck by how much red there is in here, and that's definitely a good thing, as it's got a very nice rich feel to it. I'd love to see it next to the original here, but it's also great to see compared to the Stein with its general blockiness here, all of the pointed jagged edges that are going to be coming out of various parts, especially on the shoulders, the heads, and the legs, all of which I think are going to really benefit this guy and make him look very, very cool. Big pieces here for the E-plate that are going to be giving you parts of the legs and some big pieces there when you're talking about the shield, which is going to have all those weapon options when you put it all together. Identical F-plates here are going to be giving you the parts that you're going to be needing for the backpack here. Some great details built into that. It'll be interesting to see what to do for lining and edging here, whether it's going to be brown or perhaps just a red real touch marker. But again, they're going to be exposing lots of inner frame underneath, which is always a nice touch, and you can add some yellow for even more nice coloration. And a Quagmire giggity giggity goo here with double G's, and you can see again just the spiked pieces down here with that nice round edges that you're not going to be seeing on the Stein, and again just those little bit of flair that is definitely suiting for Char. Red is dead, and it's on to the H-plates here, where you're going to be getting all the old, back in the day, Zaku 2's piping. Well, why not have it on the mono-eyed Sinanju as well? And check that out. Remember that you're getting these thrusters ×2. This guy should be moving through space with the speed of a comet, asteroid, meteor, whatever you want to call it. Don't check your eyes, you're not seeing double here, but you're going to have the parts, 3 of them, to make up the thrusters. Just a few lining options there, top and bottom. You can go and add some more up there if you want. But more importantly, for the very cool backpack there, you're going to have this white little detail to go on the otherwise all red and all cool thrusters. The J-plate is going to be taking care of the needs of the beam rifle down there, and you can see some extra add-ons where the scope's going to go in, and overall, even though it is going to be thin, you are going to have a lot of play options that are only going to expand the bulk down below. No ABS listed over here, and that's sort of neat to see because they've added on this just to say polystyrene plastics here. So you can see here from the inner frame some great details. It's the kind of thing you may almost want to buy one of these to show off the inner frame. For the waist parts, the insides of the skirts having non-moving pistons, but they're just going to look fantastic. Look at the details that are going to be going into the neck part, and even the little parts here that you're going to be adding on the hosing. Definitely pluses all around. L is going to give us one massive piece here that's going to be making up the shield. Lots of cool details built into that there, and you can see where all the parts are going to be attaching down at the bottom. Check that out though. If you want 3-finger trigger finger splits, well, you're going to be getting even more. Even though down here for the lower knuckles, you're going to have 3-finger trigger finger splits, but for the actual fingers themselves, they're going to be moving independently. Other details like this hosing that's going to be going around the neck, you're not going to be needing any seals like you do with the Stein, and the parts for the head, everything is looking very high master grade quality. Double M plates here, as you can see. Again, the details are going to be continuing. You've got the cool parts there for the bladed weapons and just some great looking inner parts with details abounding. With 2 ends taking us to the end of the inner frame here, as you can see some great details there inside the leg parts, the shoulder details, and just general quality all around. But oh my goodness, these O plates are looking fantastic. First of all, they're going to come across as being very thin and bendable, so that's going to be good in terms of weight, which is another plus, I suppose, for the PS, besides the fact that you can be painting it up here. But you can see that these parts here for the sabers are going to be looking great, and the long and the short ones here, whichever one you put in, should be cool, especially against that angry red backdrop. Finally, call off your eBay searches here as we get to see the MG Sinanju. You can see that this was planned a long time ago as the plates went up to O, and this is going to be P1, P2, because they could just separate that so that they could attach it in with the comic or the manga. And you can see that you're going to have the back part there for the bazooka, some great looking rockets. And you can see the only real disappointment over here is that we are going to be getting white plastic that we already saw. And it would have been nice if, along with the thrusters, they had actually given you this part in white. It's the kind of thing it's easy to detach and paint, but when you're seeing it all around the box and in the anime properly painted up, it's slightly disappointing that years later, we're still not getting a perfect rendition, although you can always fix it up yourself. But on to the bling now. As you can see down here, you're going to be getting water slides. It isn't going to say anything particular about the OVA version or anything like that, but how about the bonus down there that you can get the unicorn fins, which were done up pretty much in an ugly yellow. Well, we've also seen gold for it, but it's the kind of thing where if you want to go take this and do some water slides, you could make them look great. But you can just see how many individual ones you'd have to go and get ready here. For people that are willing to put on the time, though, I'm sure it's going to pay off. But for the less ambitious down here, you're going to have some metallic seals, and you can see some great looking parts here for the sleeves, for the chest. Things like this, I've seen it in shops with these put on, and they're still going to look pretty good. It's going to be a question for me of putting on these ones here when you've got so many parts that are going to have to go all around the shield there. How well are they going to hold up? How well do they stay on? These ones, encouraging, but of course you know that these ones would probably take the cake. It wouldn't be a version KA here without marking seals. You've got red, yellow, and white that you're going to be able to put on that rich red background, and it's going to look fantastic for it. And here we go, Gundam decals down here, MG1100 Sinanju, 10S there, as you've got white and red that you can put on all over the place to go along with the Neo Zeon marks. Could be a lot of fun to put on these. Looking at the plates has been a lot of fun. It's definitely got a lot of differences. The first thing that I was surprised about taking the Stein Master Grade out of the box was just seeing how many plates it wasn't in common with the regular Sinanju here. But just going through it, the colors I'd say looks great. The black is going to be just the right amount of gloss and richness. Same thing with the red, it's going to look great. The yellow is going to pop. The white and the clear yellow for all the beams. Everything is looking sharp in plastic model form. But of course, it remains to be seen how it's all going to blend together when it's turned into this monster MS. Anyway, everybody, thanks for watching. Stick around. We'd love to hear the thoughts of people that have built this up already as to the differences. And stick around for lots more news, reviews, and everything else you can use. See you, everybody. Bye. Look, if they gave you another Master Grade just for a bazooka, for that Norn shield, maybe I'm going to get 3 Master Grades.